Hey everyone, it's Katie. So I cannot believe this is my last video before Christmas. Like, what? I'm completely mind blown, but I wanted to do another Christmassy makeup tutorial for you, but kind of take it down a notch. You know, I've done the super full glam look, the intricate blue double cut crease look. Now I wanted to do something that was maybe a little bit easier and quicker and maybe more realistic of something that you would wear on Christmas Day. So I wanted to keep it fairly classic, you know, gold on the lid, red lips, and the best part is that I'm going to be using all drugstore / affordable makeup because I know Christmas can definitely break the bank. So hopefully I'll give you some budget-friendly inspiration. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave and check out my social media links below. And let's just go ahead and get started. Let's go in with primer. So I'm taking the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer, and this will just create a nice smooth canvas for my foundation. So I'm just gonna distribute that around my face and then just use my fingers to blend that into my skin. And I like to focus my primers just in my T-zone, so in this area right here, just because that is my problem area. For foundation, we're taking the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte, and this is in Radiant Beige, obviously matching it to my fake tan. So just make little squiggles. And just using a beauty blender to pounce that into my skin. And making sure that I'm getting the foundation in my hairline, just so that it doesn't look like we have a mask on. And this foundation is like medium coverage, so I'm just gonna build it up a little bit, just around my cheek and nose area, just because I feel that I need a little bit more coverage. And it builds really nicely, which is amazing for someone like me who loves their full coverage. For concealer today, I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro.Conceal, and this is in the shade Porcelain. So I'm just gonna pop this under my eyes and on my eyelids, and of course down the center of the face. I'm going back in with this very dirty beauty blender to blend out that concealer. And that's just added a little bit more coverage to my skin, prepped the eyes for the eyeshadow, and has just brightened and added a little bit of dimension to my face. Now I know I just went in with a matte foundation, but I want to add a little bit of glow to my skin and a base for my powder highlight. So I'm going to take the Maybelline Strobing Liquid in the shade 100 Light. I'm just going to pop this on the back of my hand, and then use the beauty blender to apply this to the very tops of my cheekbones and bringing it around to above my brow. Now I know this definitely isn't as intense as say my Cover FX drops, but I know that not everyone is after that like intense glow. So if you're after like more of a subtle glow, then I think you would really like this. Let's set the face so that we have no creasing, no moving throughout the day. So I'm going to take the Milani Prep Set and Go Translucent Face Powder. Now I don't often reach for this one, I think because it's white, and that kind of scares me a little bit because when I think of a white powder, I think of flashback. But I was like, I really need to give this one another go. So I tried it out yesterday doing a look, and I didn't have any flashback. So I think I'm in the clear with this, and it sets the face really nicely. So I think I need to use it a little bit more. And then just taking a big fluffy brush and just setting the rest of my face. Let's move straight on to bronzing the skin. So I'm going to take the ChiChi Viva La Diva Bronzing Trio, and this is the light to medium bronzer with pink undertones. And I'm just going to go in to this shade right here on my fiber brush, and let's just start warming up the skin. And I'm not being too precise in my application today. I'm just kind of taking it around the perimeters of my face just to get a nice sun-kissed glow to the skin. For blush today, I'm taking the Savvy Classic Blush in the shade Cherry. Now, I think blush is definitely something that I would save my money on and just buy at the drugstore. There are so many amazing blushes at the drugstore, you know, Essence, ChiChi, L'Oreal. They all have amazing blushes. They have the right amount of pigment, they don't take off your foundation. They're just really good quality, and this was like $3 or something, like bargain. Then taking the Milani Afterglow Strobing Light in number 1, and the packaging, like the shell pattern on this highlighter, is so beautiful. So I'm just gonna pop this on the tops of my cheekbones and just anywhere where I put that liquid highlighter before. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and then I'll be right back. So we're gonna be using all Makeup Geek shadows today. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Early Bird, and I'm gonna be taking this on a Morphe Y16 brush, and I'm gonna be popping this in my crease and using this as my transition shade. And I'm focusing this on my outer corner, and then when I have less product on my brush, I'm starting to blend it in towards my inner corner and towards my brow bone. I'm now going to take the shade Sidekick on the Morphe Y18 brush, which is more of a tapered brush rather than a fluffy brush. And I'm really going to start to create some definition in my crease, but again, keeping this look quite soft and blown out. We don't want any like harsh lines or anything like that. And I'm going to be switching between brushes, so then I'm going to go back in with the first brush we used to blend everything out. I'm now going to go in with Cocoa Bear, which is a little bit darker than Sidekick, and I'm going to take that on the same brush, and I'm just going to be repeating the steps I've done with the previous shadows, but just really focusing it in the crease and just building up that dimension and depth into the look. Going in with Americano, which is a lot darker, I'm going to be packing this on the very outer corner of my eye. And I'm blending out towards my temple to slightly elongate my eye. I'm going to go back in with concealer to carve out a half cut crease, and then go in with two Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows. So this is Untamed and Legend. And I'm taking two because Untamed is a little bit too much of a yellow gold for what I'm after, and then Legend is a little bit too bronze for what I'm after. So I'm mixing the two, taking Untamed first and then Legend to create like this gorgeous copper gold shade, and I'm going to be applying that over the top of the concealer. I'm taking more of Cocoa Bear to blend the foil shadows into the mattes. I'm going in with Revlon's Photoready Eye Art in Desert Dazzle. Far out, try saying that like 50 times. Desert Dazzle, Desert Dazzle, Desert Dazzle, Desert Dazzle. I'm going to be taking the glitter side and I'm going to be applying that over the foiled eyeshadow, and I don't want any glitter chunks, so I'm really going to be spreading it out to create more of like a glittery metallic sheen on my lid. Let's work on the lower lash line now. So I'm going to go back in with Early Bird and use this to smoke out my lower lash line. Then going back in with Cocoa Bear, and I'm going to be applying this a little bit closer to my waterline. And then finally taking Americano and applying this as close to my waterline as possible to create a really dark, smoky effect to the lower lash line. I'm going to be lining my waterline with the CoverGirl Inked Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade Black. I actually just switched over to the Milani eyeliner in black because, I don't know, the CoverGirl one, it just wasn't pigmented enough, so then I was tugging in my eye to get any pigmentation, and this one works so much better, just glides on the eye, so I definitely recommend this one over the CoverGirl one. So I just went ahead and curled my lashes. Now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline, the Colossal Big Shot Mascara, and I'm going to be applying this all the way from my root to tip, wiggling the wand as I go just to ensure that my lashes are completely coated from top to bottom. And I'm also blinking as I do this to kind of add a little bit of pressure to force the lashes onto the wand. I just went ahead and highlighted my inner corner with that same highlighter we used earlier. Now taking the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray to lock everything into place. And with this spray, you really want to make sure you press the nozzle all the way down rather than like halfway down or something, because otherwise it shoots at you rather than being like a nice mist, and that's not fun. Finally, finally for lips, I wanted to go in with more of a deep red shade, so I'm going to take Colourpop's Ultra Matte Lip in Avenue. Now originally this was a little bit darker than I wanted, so I wanted to apply a red lip liner underneath. So I was going to take Colourpop's Lippy Pencil in Bossy, but their lippy pencils have like a plastic casing around it, so when it sharpens it, this happens. It like, I don't even know, like, so I don't have another red lip pencil, so I can just see that getting messy. So I'm going to go just straight in with the liquid lipstick, and I might have to apply 2 layers just to ensure that there's no streakiness, as this is a fairly deep colour. And this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!